My name is Chris Redpath. I have a shop called MotoGP Werks in Anaheim, California. We build mostly high-end motorcycles for movies and clientele in Hollywood and Santa Monica. Our clients range from celebrities, movie stars, to rock stars. Very similar to Mike and Billy from Green Day, who have around 30 bikes each. I was very lucky. My first job was for a prince in Dubai. He actually owns a MotoGP track in Dubai. I did a 24 karat gold Hayabusa turbo for him. We build probably between 10 bikes a year, and we probably repair around 250 bikes a year. Our shop consists of a dyno. We have a computerized chassis machine here, lathes and mill machine shop. We have a welding facility here as well. So not really just an average shop. Stuff we do here is everything from building an aluminum tank to building frames. Most of the stuff we do is on our dyno for engine tuning, from Motec to high-end ECUs to Power Commander and Bazzaz. I get enjoyment from finding rare motorcycles and, if possible, rare AMA sport bikes. I've found a lot over the years, and a lot for my customers. I spend hours and hours on the internet and calling people, former ex-race mechanics who now have retired, or former team owners. Most of these bikes have so-called been destroyed, but a lot have actually went out the back door as well. We have an OW1 race bike, an ex-Vance and Hines bike coming through the works, and we have another RC30. It used to be a Freddie Spencer bike. So with classic racing being big overseas, I got a bee in my bonnet and decided to go out and find a Formula One bike. Since I couldn't really afford to build one, and they're very rare, I spent 3 or 4 months finding the very first ever Kawasaki Formula One bike. It's a Rob North built bike. The motor was done by Russ Collins back in the day, very famous for Hondas, and it was ridden by Don Vesco, who is an icon here in the States. The bike was found in Canada by chance in a barn. It took me a couple of months to kind of get it out of the guy. The bike was in pieces and in boxes and incomplete. Once I got the go, I raced out there in my truck and handed over my hard-earned cash without my wife knowing about it, and purchased probably one of the most expensive bikes I've ever had to buy. So here at MotoGP Werks, we're very lucky to work on Desmosedicis. Over the years, we've probably done 8 to 10 Desmosedicis. I've done 2 street trackers. This is one of them. This was a very simple design. This bike is equipped with Mavic 17-inch magnesium wheels. It has a Streetfighter fairing on the front of it. It has a $10,000 DUCATI factory race exhaust, same as a MotoGP bike, and a standalone Motec system, which we reprogrammed here at the shop on the dyno. The gentleman that owns it has 4 already. With 4 in mind, having a 5th one looking exactly like the other 4 just wasn't part of the cards. The biggest thing that came to this bike was to remove the fairings. All the tabs were cut off the frame. The fairings are actually $25,000 from Ducati. So with that in mind, we actually built a frame for the fairings, and they're now hanging up in his hangar at Santa Monica Airport. In 2013, we were approached by a movie company to build a bike for a pretty well-known movie franchise. The bike is built from a rendering. The rendering involved a flat tracker / street tracker. The frame itself was modelled after my RS250 Grand Prix bike. The motor is actually a TL1000R motor with Yoshimura cams, high compression pistons, and ported and polished. The frame is a chrome moly cradle frame. It's literally a poor man's Desmosedici. The suspension is GSX-R 1000 kitted in the front, and it houses a Werks one-off shock in the rear. The wheels are magnesium Mavics, and it comes with Brembo monoblocks front and rear. The dash is a AIM racing dash, very similar to what you see in race cars and race motorcycles. The custom triple trees were built by our machine shop, including the front number plate with the LED headlight. The aluminum bodywork was one of my very first aluminum bodyworks I've ever had to make from scratch. Due to the wheelbase and the rake and trail being so aggressive, the bike is a handful on the streets. With the amount of torque this motorcycle produces and the low centre of gravity, the motorcycle will light up the rear wheel entering a corner and exiting a corner, just like drifting a car. You know, I poured my heart and soul into the motorcycle. We used every bit of skill I knew to attain the bike we see in front of us. The bike leaves next month and I'll be very sad for it to go. In 2009, to showcase MotoGP Werks, I built a 1982 Suzuki Katana 1000. The motorcycle houses a Yoshimura GSX-R 750 Kevin Swantz factory dry clutch motor. The frame has been highly modified. The front end is off a YSR 500 cc Grand Prix bike with Brembos and Marchesinis. The paintwork on the motorcycle was a Wes Cooley tribute. I was a huge fan of Wes Cooley back in the day and still am. I'm very lucky that the Katana 1000 has had a lot of success in most magazines and shows. Has won every show it's ever been entered, and it's been featured in around 12 magazines. Literally was my cornerstone of MotoGP Werks. Over the years, you know, I have gained a lot of wealthy customers, but in saying that, I look after anyone that comes through my shop door. Everybody gets treated the same. You know, I enjoy talking to 18-year-olds and 20-year-old guys who come in who've got their first bike that just needs somebody to talk to them for half an hour. I have all that time, and so I used to be that guy. It's still a struggle each month having a motorcycle shop. You know, things have changed over the years. You know, where motorcycles used to be a form of transport, now it's a hobby. But I'm very lucky to have a lot of passionate customers, and they're the ones that drive me to do better. You know, if it means missing on my child's birthday, or my wife's birthday, or even my birthday, or a beer with the boys, you know, if I get called upon to come out, I always go. My customers have become very important to me. So much so they've become family and friends. And with the future of MotoGP Werks and the light at the end of the tunnel, you know, the future looks bright for MotoGP Werks here in California.